10 years ago, 2013, I started to grow the family business, which was at 400 units. We're celebrating our 50 years, by the way, this year. You're invited, open house.
50, man, that's impressive.
50 years, and guys, I need this. I need your audience to hear this. 50-year celebration of what? A painter, union house painter, painted apartments, and a house cleaning lady. They lived 5 years in Uptown, and they rented. And after 5 years, my dad, that painter, said, I just don't want to pay. I don't want to pay rent anymore. So he found an apartment building in Albany Park. He bought it on a purchase mortgage. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to live in there, and I'm going to have these residents pay that rent for me. And you know what? Maybe I'll make some extra, but I'm still going to keep my job. And honey, you still keep your job. And what ended up happening is that's just, you do it very like pragmatic and very simple. And all of a sudden he realized that this side job, and the rest is history, he bought the building next door, then bought the next building next door 3 years later. He was 28, 30, mid 30s. And then all of a sudden he made the big hop into Edgewater. But it was based off very simple plans and premises. He didn't say, I'm going to be a real estate mogul. I just didn't want to pay my rent anymore. And I want to live in with the residents. I want to be a resident, right? So just that story. And we're celebrating 50 years. And that's the way things started, right?
Yeah.
So
first off, congrats on that. And second off, that needs to be reheard by so many listeners, because you go to these meetups and everyone wants to take over the world, and you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? Just get into that first unit, right? Just get that first one done, and then go do the next one, and then build your team and continue. Like, there is a process that you have to follow. You're not special. You don't get to skip the line. Like, you have to follow the process.
You got it.
Tried and true for 50 years.
That's what we're celebrating. A very simple, and I hope it does resonate with our listeners, because it comes it's not this idea. I want to be a mogul. I don't want. I just want I want to be able to build. I want this guy. I want my neighbor to pay my mortgage, right? I want my neighbor to, in effect, pay my rent, and then you go from there. And then all of a sudden you see, okay, this can be a real business, which was the case.